Hello, welcome back. Something a little different today. I will be watching some more baseball. Watched the first couple of games, really enjoyed them, and I do want to watch some more. But just doing a quick video today. Common things that only exist in the USA. So we'll see what that's all about. I'll put a link to the original video in the comments, and please do like, comment and subscribe, please. Just a quick click, isn't it? Go on, you know you want to. Right, let's see what this is all about then.
Inside the USA. Before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have medical and lawyer ads.
Okay.
If you're not from the USA but have gone to visit, I'm sure you switched on the TV and heard this phrase. Ask your doctor if this product is right for you. And then, most likely, a big list of scary warnings and side effects. This is something that only happens in America, and it's advertising for medical products.
No, we definitely
Outside
don't have
the
that
USA,
over here.
It's weird to see commercials for medical related things. Most people would just go to their doctor and get what their doctor suggests. But in the USA, it's common to see medical things advertised as if they were any other product.
Really?
But medical ads aren't the only odd advertising you'll see in the USA. Another thing you'll often see is adverts for lawyers. I'm not talking about Saul.
Hold on there. We get adverts for lawyers over here, not individual, well, not local companies as such, but you know, more sort of personal injury claims, things like that. You know, injury at work, lawyers. It's normally that sort of thing, but we do get them. They're not common, I suppose.
Goodman from Breaking Bad. Believe it or not, that's not just in TV shows. In the USA, lawyers really do advertise on TV. Did you know that 60% of the world's lawyers reside in the USA? And the USA is said to be the most litigious country in the world. This means the most lawsuits come from inside the USA. Next up is spray cheese.
What? Spray cheese? What the hell, spray cheese? Guess I'm going to find out.
When you think of cheese, you probably think France. Luxurious French.
No! There's loads and loads and loads of different cheeses made in the UK. I mean, there's a lot made in France as well. But there's all sorts of cheeses made here. And, you know, other countries as well. But France is not the only place that makes cheese.
French cheese is a staple of fine dining around the world. But the USA has a different kind of dairy-based delicacy. That is spray cheese. Cheese is eaten a lot in the USA. In fact, the USA is the world's largest consumer of cheese. But America also loves convenience, and that's why cheese can be bought in a can in the USA.
Okay.
Now, spray cheese...
We can get, I think it's called Primula in the UK, which is sort of a tube in the tube, but that's a soft cheese. I wonder if that's similar sort of stuff. I must admit, I'm kind of intrigued. I might have to see if I can get some from. There's a lot of these sort of American sweet shops. They might sell it. I might have to have a look.
This is actually only 51% cheese. By law, to call a product what it is, it must be at least half that product. So that's why it's only 51% cheese, not a percentage higher. The other 49% is flavorings, protein, and ingredients. Spray cheese has been big in the USA since the 1960s. And it's even sold in various flavors. For example, cheddar, bacon, and even American.
But there you go, cheddar. That's British cheese originally. You know, from down in the southwest, the Cheddar Gorge and all of that. You know, around where Glastonbury Festival is, that sort of area. Or at least that's where I think of it from coming from.
I wonder what that is. Next up is garbage disposals. I'm sure you've seen in movies and TV shows how Americans throw their food scraps into the sink. You may think, what happens to them? Do they just sit there? Well, no, they go into what's called a garbage disposal. These things actually only exist in the USA. In other countries, food scraps would be put in the kitchen bin.
Ah, right. so I think it depends what council where you live, but it's certainly in our council in West Norfolk. We put our food scraps. We have a special bin for it, and that the council take it away every week, and that all gets composted down. And you can buy the compost back. It's not that good, but it's okay.
But why is it that only in America do they use garbage disposals? Well, the reason why is because in many other countries it's banned. This is
I don't know if
because
they're
it's
actually
not very
banned here.
environmentally friendly. That's because all of the food is mixed in with the general water waste. This
Okay.
then at some point must be filtered out. So it wastes a lot of energy, but it is convenient. Next up is college sports. Every country loves sports. Whether it's cricket in India, football in Spain, or baseball in the USA. But only in the USA are they obsessed with college sports. Every country loves professional
Yeah, I mean we that's what we would call university, but the Oxford Cambridge boat race springs to mind. That's been going for over 100 years, I think. But that we're certainly not obsessed with it.
sport leagues, and the USA is no exception. But one thing that's different about the USA is that they love college sports as much as regular professional sports. No other country gets behind colleges as much as the USA does. If you ask people in other countries if they can name a college team of any other sport, chances are they can't. In other countries, college sports are not broadcast on TV. And they also don't make any money at all, as opposed to the millions made in US college sports. In the USA, college football...
I wonder if that's because, sporting clubs are sort of not part of the schools here, really. Like locally, there's sort of 3 football clubs that all have youth teams around here. And I live in the middle of nowhere. There's local cricket team, rugby teams, and they do all the training and bring it through the sort of the young players. That's probably why we're not. I suppose it's all connected with the school system in the US, I guess.
brings in thousands of spectators to fill up stadiums. But in other countries, college football games are lucky if they even get the friends and family of the people involved watching. Also, the biggest stadiums in the USA are pretty much all college football stadiums. Out of the top 15 biggest stadiums in the USA, all 15 are college football stadiums. The largest of which being the Michigan Stadium, which can hold over 100,000 fans. Next up is white teeth. Have you ever wondered why all Americans seem to have great white teeth? It seems for some reason people in the USA are obsessed with getting the perfect teeth. And by perfect, I mean white and straight. Americans actually spend more money than any other country to make sure their teeth are white and straight. But despite all the money that's spent on getting white and straight teeth, that does not necessarily mean they're more healthy. For example, the British are often mocked for their bad teeth. But according to a Harvard University study, British teeth are actually more healthy than American teeth.
I must admit, I would have assumed it was the other way. But yeah, he's right. The US does have a reputation for white teeth, I suppose.
Trust me, not all Brits look like Austin Powers. One reason why this may be is because in the UK, under 18s can get braces for free.
Yeah, that's true. Although getting dental care on the NHS is increasingly difficult now in the UK, but it's much easier for children. But there's a lot less NHS dentists than there used to be. But yeah, that's free.
However, in America they're very expensive, and there's a good reason for that. According to a study by New York Mag, in the USA, good teeth can be the difference between getting a second date and not. Apparently, 38% of Americans will turn someone down for a second date if they have bad teeth. And 60% of Americans say they perceive someone as smarter if they have straight white teeth. Next up is Black Friday.
We have Black Friday here. Almost all the shops do it. Well, certainly the national chains do.
If you're not from the USA, you may not understand why everyone goes so crazy on this day every single year. Black Friday is the name given to the day after Thanksgiving, which is another American holiday. The term Black Friday came about because of the amount of accidents and sometimes even violence shoppers create. People go crazy for all the deals in the stores, and sometimes there are riots just to get into a shop. Black Friday has expanded to other countries, for example the UK.
Yeah, I seem to remember it sort of started with Amazon, then came over, and then became fairly commonplace. But now it is a big thing over here now. Possibly not to the extent it is in America.
But videos of Black Friday in other countries have gone viral for different reasons. That's because no one really cares about Black Friday in other countries, and shops often only get 1 or 2 extra visitors than on a normal day. Billions of dollars are spent in the USA every time Black Friday rolls around, but it seems the rest of the world just isn't into it. Next up is solo cups.
Okay.
If you're American, this may come as a surprise.
What's that?
But red solo cups are seen as a very
American
those
thing.
things,
yeah.
In movies and TV shows, everyone drinks out of them at parties. And many tourists actually bring back a red solo cup to their own countries when going to America. That's because it's seen as a piece of American iconography, although many Americans don't realize this. In other countries, people simply drink from beer bottles or glasses, but in the USA, they use red plastic solo cups.
Well, if you go to a large, busy venue, perhaps a gig or something like that, or arenas or whatever, they will sell it in plastic, what we would call a plastic glass, if you like. So you can get pints in plastic glasses. I guess that's just for ease of use, really. Saves on washing up and breakages.
Next up is free refills. When I was dining in the USA once, a waiter came up to me and said, "Would you like me to refill your drink?" I said no because the drink was kind of expensive, and they looked at me like I was crazy. That's because it is typical in any American restaurant to have a free refill.
You do get some restaurants over here that do free refills, but normally they'll say on the menu. But yeah, it's not common, but it does happen.
In other countries, you'd need to pay if you wanted extra drink, but not in the USA. In other countries, if you pay for one drink, that's what you get. And many Europeans say that they find it very weird when they go to the USA and their glass gets refilled, even if they don't ask. But personally, I love it. I'm never going to turn down a free drink. And finally on the list, we have flags. Every country has their flag, but no one shows off their flag more than the USA. If you drive around the
That's true. You do. Yeah. I mean, there are people who have flags on their houses or a flagpole in the garden in the UK, but it's not common. I mean, you do see it, and sometimes you'll see. I live in Norfolk. You'll see people flying the Norfolk flag. The church in Fakenham, I don't know if it still does, but it certainly used to sort of fly flags of other countries. Like for Independence Day, it would fly the American flag, that sort of thing. And normally flies a Union flag the rest of the year. But no, it's not a common thing. It's become sort of connected with sort of far right, if you like, which is a sad thing, really. But no, it's certainly not common.
In the USA, it's common to see people flying the American flag on their homes. Also, many buildings, schools, and businesses will have an American flag. This is something you don't see in any other country. According to research, over 150 million American flags are sold every year.
Really?
And it's not exactly known why people in the USA love to show their flag off so much. Worldwide, the USA flag is the second most famous flag after the Union Jack.
Really? I'd have put it the other way round. Mind you, I suppose they're both very identifiable. But I would have thought the American flag's more recognised. Oh well, I wonder where they get that stat from.
But no other country waves their flag as much as they do in the USA.
That's true.
Vote in the poll in the top right corner.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting. So, if you know of any other videos that you think you'd like to see me react to, please do. And please like, comment and subscribe. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Bye.